Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. So today, a new kit from ICM. Now, this is quite a funny one actually because I didn't realise this was actually coming out just yet, and it will now look, I've already done a review on the ICM, the Type 321 W142 Mercedes, Daimler I should say. And that was the cabrio version that had the top down, and in the end I donated that to Jason, and he's probably now thinking, you knew this was coming along. No, I didn't actually, it's completely come out of the blue. So it popped up last month. I said, would you like this? And I thought, oh yes, because I kind of would quite like to have done one of these German staff car models. And but Jason seemed to be really keen on that one, so I thought, I'll let him have it, you know. And then, so it just goes to show it's good karma, isn't it? So we're both winners on this, because he's got one and I've got one now. Anyway, so there we go. So this time it's the soft top, so it's got the roof, the hood up. Other than that, maybe pretty similar, I think, but we shall see. So let's have a look. So it's just literally come through. It's still sealed here, so I've got the original tape from the factory still on it. So it's kit number 35542. I'm going to zoom you in. You can have a little look at these images on the side, and this is obviously in like a low vis, almost like a night sort of paint job when they're trying to. And there's a lot of these were painted up like this during the Normandy campaign, because a lot of German officers were trying to get to meetings and things from the front line and back to places like WW2, where they had what's the other place where they had the big chateau. I can't remember now, but further back to the east from Normandy front, and they painted them up like this because they wanted them to be very low visibility, because they were constantly being attacked by Allied fighter bombers, in particular Spitfires, US Thunderbolts, and British Typhoons as well, and you know, anything, mosquitoes were having to go at the Mustangs, everything really. But they were actually actively being hunted by the Allied fighter bombers, so they were trying to keep it a bit lower key. Anyway, on the side, and I better warn you, I'm going to have to swap glasses because the ICM do have this habit of having this very fine writing that's on quite a dark background. It makes it rather challenging to see, to be able to read it. So, here we go. The Mercedes-Benz 320, also known as the W142, was developed by the Design Bureau of Damler Benz AG and began its production in 1937. It had a 6-cylinder engine with a volume of 3.2 litres, 3.4 litres on the later versions, and it had 78 horsepower, which is quite a lot then. The model was available with a short, you got to remember, sorry, when we say 78 horsepower, but these engines had a lot of torque. They were good for pulling, you know, they had a lot of get up and go and could go over rough ground and all sorts. It says the model was available in a short 2.8 metre version or a longer 3.3 metre version wheelbase and various body styles. The cabrio body variant was available in a longer wheelbase version. The 4-seater version had 2 doors and 4 side windows. The roof was soft and could be folded down to protect it from weather. I didn't mean folded up. Anyway, this vehicle was often seen in the Wehrmacht, and some retained civilian license plate. It was used as a staff car and was also used to transport senior commanders. And of course I talked in the previous video about Field Marshal Erwin Rommel, who of course was shot up in one of these after an orders group meeting in Vermutier in late July I think it was, July 1944, on his way back quite close to the horse race course near a village called St Montgomery, the name of his dreaded enemy. Bit ironic, but anyway, we digress. Let's have a look at the kit and see what we have got. And there is quite a lot of tape on this, so bear with me a second as I work my way through. Very secure as usual. And we're having less problems now with the deliveries from ICM now that the postman realises he's been very helpful in putting fragile markings all over it, and he has stopped throwing it about. And it was the not very good postman this time. I say postman, it's parcel force actually. Right, box within a box, as is normal. And oh yes, and it's nice because it sort of fills the box very nicely. And we have an entire sprue with the roof on, so that's obviously a big difference from the previous model. So I may flash through this relatively quickly because we have basically seen the car before, and we've got this different top on it. The usual blurb from ICM about their paint offering, with their acrylic paints. And we have a write-up here, the same as what you've already heard, so I won't go through that again. But what we will have a look at is some of the technical data, which ICM are very good at doing for us. And they give us a nice bit of info. So they say it's got 4 seats, it weighs 1.8 tonnes, so it's not that heavy, is it? Really, it's not much different to a big car today, really. Length 5.1 metres, width 1.7, height of 1.6. The base, the wheelbase, 3.3 metres. Front rack 1.475, and the track that is between the wheels, 1.475 and 1.5 at the rear. So that's quite sporty, isn't it? Engine is a DB 6-cylinder, it's 3.4 litre petrol engine. Maximum speed 126 kilometres an hour. So that's about 75 miles an hour, is it? Something like that. Not bad at all. Quite rapid. So, whoops! Oh, we've got some nice decals. Look at those. Decals. Zoom. Here we go. Nice number plates and things as well. So those are quite smart, aren't they? You've got the Wehrmacht insignia there that shows that it's a senior staff member on the car. That's very good. Then in the instructions we've got our sprue tree map and 1 or 2 parts that on this particular variant you won't be using. So things like the framework for the hood, because it's going to be actually sort of erected and not over the top, it won't be used that. So, and then you've got over here the F2 sprue, which is the one where this is the actual hood itself, which we didn't have in the other kit, of course. So let's have a look at what we got then. So I said fairly brief here because it is a duplication of what we've done before. So engines are going together here. Building up your engine, main block, and then the sump going on here. Cylinder head going on the top. Then you've got your carburetor system and air filter going in here. And then over here we've got all things like the alternator and the oil pump and starter motor, and then we've got the fan, cooling fan, and the fan belt obviously, and various cooling hoses. Then we've got our chassis going together, 2 sides of the chassis over here, and then your main support members, strengthening members that go across. We've got our drive shaft and the transaxle differential, I should say, at the back. Thinking of lorries there. And then we've got our gearbox going on, or gear change I should say, going on. Sorry, it's actually the suspension, beg your pardon. It's just the angle itself. It looks like a gear stick there. It's the members that actually form the fixing points for the lower suspension. Then we've got our wheels and tyres being brought together with the main suspension springs. We've got exhaust at the back box, and then we've got our engine coming in there, bumpers going on, radiators going on. And we're going to bring the top body down onto the chassis, and you get the exhaust system, and then we've got the pedals, accelerator, brake and clutch. Got the rear seats going in here, instrumentation, the front scuttle, bulkhead, and the brake master cylinder, I think that is A24, and then you've got the basically the support. The words have deserted me. What am I looking for? The bracing here. No, if I've done it again, I've made the same mistake as on the last one. It's not the brace. That is actually the steering column. I'm going to zoom in so you see what I meant. because it looks like it's a support strut, and it's not. It's the steering column. I just realised. But again, you know, small criticism here. Small criticism. Of course, ICM have got lots of issues at the moment, as other people in their country have got, and don't be too harsh, especially when they've provided this kit free for me to review as well. So I'll make that clear. Just wish they put a little bit more data on, you know, like Tamyar do, saying, because you know, at that angle, it's very easy to not really understand what it is. It's probably easy when you have the plastic in your hand, I must admit. But it does look like a support strut, and then you think, oh no, it's going to be the steering column, because that's where the wheel's going to go. Okay. Could have been made a little bit clearer then, is all I'm saying. Anyway, back to the instructions. We've got some lovely seats to put in here, luxurious looking seats. And you've got front seats and rear seats. You've got armour plating, isn't it? What's that? Oh yeah, it's the bolster cushions for the seats. Then the back of the seats, and then those are going to get brought together over here. And then you've got your side panelling for the doors, the door cards if you like. And then you've got the actual side panels themselves coming in here, building up your rather nice looking Mercedes-Benz steering wheel here. That looks nice, doesn't it? Popping that on, and then the boot is going on, boot lid. Here, now finally we've got the support braces I was expecting earlier. There they are, support braces on top of the engine, stop any vibration, etc. And add strength, of course, to the chassis. And then we're going to put our windows in, and then we're going to bring in the bonnet, windows on the side, building up your wheels and tyres. It's actually the spare wheel in this case, and that's going to go on the side here. And then we've got there's actually a spare wheel on both sides. How about that? Mind you, when you're being stalked by auger typhoons, etc., then you need that, don't you? Losing the wheel is the least of your worries, actually. But anyway, you may well need it if you get a bullet in your tyres. And then we've got the headlights, and we've got the main headlights, and we've got this one here. That's like the military night headlight that they use when they're near the front lines, because it can't be seen from above. It's got like a shroud on it. And then we've got the lights at the rear going on, and the handles for the boot catches. You've got the rear bumper going on there, and a little tiny window in the rear hood. The rear hood itself, sorry, the roof cover, I should say, roof hood, coming in and being put on the top of the car here. A little bit of chrome trim on the side, over the extending bar, the concertina bar, for it to fold up and down on. And that's it really. Then over here we've got this colour callouts showing you various colours. Basically it seems to be black effectively, very dark grey, and just a few callouts for lights and things. And then you've got an option with it. So it says here a Luftwaffe unit, which have give this lovely blue, don't they? It's very nice in the blue and grey. And then on the Eastern Front again, basically black. And then finally you've got night fight. Wait, it sounds like it's the night fighters, Luftwaffe night fighter colours. So for night operations in the Luftwaffe, again it's kind of a black. Dark grey, black. Does it say L? Rubber black. So you've got a choice. You've got neutral grey, German grey, or rubber black. It's all on the front there. Okay. It's quite nice that they give you 4 schemes though, isn't it? I quite like that. That's really cool. Not just one, isn't it? Right, that can go back in there. I think I might build this one day, because I did talk about this, you know, the idea of the Rommel car. Although I think that actually was a cabrio. I think he had the top down at the time, and then he was shot up. But let's have a quick shifty in here, see what we've got. Nice resealable bag. We've got these rubber tyres which we have seen before. We'll have a little look at them. Let's see what we have got. Let's start with the roof, because that's the part that's the one that's very different from all the others that was in the original model. And here we have it, the soft roof, foldable roof. Isn't that nice? Bit of texture to it, look. It's like a canvas affair, isn't it? Durable, waterproof canvas. Then you've got those little bits of trim that are the sort of it's the folding system, really. I think you pull on them almost like a handle to fold it down. That's really, really nice. You've got a little window in the back there, of course. Yeah, it's really cool. Okay, that's that one. And then we get the parts that I think we've sort of seen before, so I won't spend too much time on these. So you got your front scuttle, front bulkhead with the windscreen. You've got the windscreen frame anyway. Then you've got your door sides. You've got your seats. They're really nicely moulded. Look at the detail on the seats, leather seats. Over here we've got the lower body, and then over here you've got the exterior panels, bodywork, and then over on this side we've got the boot cover and some headlights, and again you've got the rear seat, the back of the rear seat, and then you've got the rear seat. I think it's the bolster cushions. That is that one. Over here now we've got all the sort of business end of the car, your chassis, rather nice Mercedes Benz steering wheel. That's the outer and that's the inner. And then over here we've got the differential and the drive shaft. The drive shafts, I should say, the prop shaft. Prop shaft is the long one, drive shaft's the short one. And then you've got all your brakes, you've got your wheel covers, wheel hubs. We've got the engine, and we've got the carburetors, suspension, fan, the fan belt. Where's the fan itself? I've lost that. Hang on a minute, let's see if I can find it. I think I had this problem on the first one, didn't I? I couldn't find the fan and it suddenly popped up somewhere I wasn't expecting it. Bum 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 bum. Where's the fan? Where's the fan? Where's the fan? I'm sure it's here somewhere. I just can't lay my eye on it for some reason. Yes, it's there. It's just the way they moulded it makes it less obvious. It looks like a cross. It's here. There it is. That's the fan. And then you've got your leaf springs, part of the suspension, parts of the lower control arms here for the attaching to the wheel hubs. Looks like the cylinder head here. Yeah, and then you've got your exhaust system there. Look, two boxes, centre box and back box. Beautifully moulded. There's no flash on any of this. Look at all these parts, how fine they are. Some really nice ones. So this is the A sprue. Oh, these little tiny parts. Look at them. Jeez. There's some proper moulding quality there. That's very, very nice. Okay. And that just leaves us with the tyres, which we'll have a quick look at, and the clear parts. So, tyres. Oh, let's just get one of them. There we are. Okay, let's have a look at these. See if we can perhaps not have it too close to the gloves because it looks just blends in, doesn't it? He says. There we go. Doesn't seem to be anything written on them. I'm just going to have to use my glasses for this. Just bear with me one moment, folks, because I definitely need to examine this a little bit closer. Yeah, there's no actual writing on the tyres. As I've said before, ICM tend not to do that. Moulding it is quite challenging, I think, when you're using rubber. If I was to give them some advice on that, I think that I mean, the treads are nice though, aren't they? They've done that quite well. But I think if I was going to give ICM a little bit of advice on these vehicle kits like cars especially, I wouldn't be using rubber really. I just mould those tyres in plastic. I think it's gives you more options and more flexibility. And at the end of the day, once the model is built, it looks, you know, it looks the same anyway. It's, once you've painted it up correctly, there's no great difference really. So, okay, so that's the rubber tyres, which are okay. We'd like to see some writing on them, but obviously there are limitations within the process. And then, last but not least, we have got the clear parts. So we've got all our windows and windscreens, and they look lovely. Now we did have a little bit of a problem on the, not on the other car so much, but on the Cossack, the MRAP vehicle, which ICM very kindly put right by sending me replacement parts, so thank you for that. But here, looks like they've scored a goal straight away, because this looks really good. So some really nice clear parts there, I think. That's very, yeah. They're very clear, and considering they're pretty small really. So you've got your windows, you've got your twin, this one and this one are actually the windscreen windows because it's split. And then these are the quarter light windows at the back, and then these are the main door windows at the side, and then just your various headlights and things. You can make out the faintest, I'm being very, very picky now. There is, just at the top where the sprue gate attachment point is, you can just about make out there's a tiny bit of distortion, but it's not going to be noticeable on the model, I don't think. Very unlikely. And they're really crisp and very clear looking windows. They're very nice indeed. So, what do we think? What do we think? I think that's a jolly nice staff car indeed. Every bit as good as the first one, it's just one's got a roof, one hasn't. Oh, roof up, roof down basically, isn't it? That's the options you've got. The sprues though are really nice. I mean, just going back to this one, which I sort of glanced over, just have a look at this lower body where the wings are. Look how beautifully moulded it is. And it's got a real sort of graceful look to it. So when motor cars were quite pretty things. You know, look at that, the way that they swoop over and you've got the cutouts for the spare wheels. Nice, isn't it? Rather impressive, rather impressive. And you've got a nice, put that the right way around, yes. Got a very nice Mercedes-Benz grille there as well, look. Very, very nice indeed, that. So there we have it. I'm quite impressed, I have to say. There's no faults or flaws really at all. Would have liked to have seen the tyres perhaps done differently. That's just maybe my preference, I don't know. But there's lots of information about the vehicle, which we get on so few kits these days. Becoming almost rarer and rarer, and it's essential. I don't understand, you know, why some of the manufacturers are not giving us any info. You know, even if it's a rebox, you know, if you're reboxing a kit that's had information in it, why would you not include the information, you know, in the reboxed kit? Obviously, it's like Hasegawa. They do some nice kits, and theirs have been reboxed by Hobby 2000. But for some reason, Hobby 2000 don't seem to give you any info about the subject at all. I find it a bit baffling, really. It's a bit strange. Anyway, there we go. A very nice little motor car is that. A super little kit. As I say, in some respects it's more of the same from the first one. With this. Right, we're in remembering. Got it. There we are. Beautiful World War II German staff car. Mercedes-Benz, Damler Benz, Daimler Mercedes, we could call them. WW2, beautiful little thing. I think I'm going to give it 9.5 out of 10 because apart from my sort of grumble about no writing on the tyres, there's really nothing to complain about at all. A really cracking little kit. I think that you'll be able to get that built probably in a weekend. There's quite a few fiddly parts there, maybe a long weekend. But yeah, so 9.5 out of 10 from me. Very impressed with that indeed. Hope you'll give me a 10 out of 10 with a thumbs up. Give us a like, in other words. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Very, very important. And don't forget to ding the notification bell to get informed of any upcoming videos. And in the meantime, until next time, I'll just say thank you very much for joining me. I hope you found it interesting. Plenty more to come like this. And I hope to see you again very, very soon. So take care, look after yourselves. Thanks a lot. And bye for now.